What's up guys? Today's video is going to be very interesting and useful, especially for beginner designers. In this video, we shall be exploring 5 rules to make your design look cleaner and professional. I have seen many designers making these mistakes in their design, which ends up making their design look bad and unprofessional. So instead of wasting any more time in the intro, let's quickly jump into the action and see what these 5 rules are, which can help make your design look cleaner and professional. So let's start. So the first rule for making your design look cleaner and professional is to use simple fonts. Beginner designer try to think that using the font with using the styled font or script font can make the design look better, but that's not the case. Your text should be more readable. The font should not be the focus of the user. The content itself should be the focus of the user. So the beginner designer mostly try to use Comic Sans because that's the first thing that every designer would use, I think, and they might be using some kind of script font. Try not to use script fonts. Instead of that, try to go with simpler fonts like DM Sans or SF Pro Display or Montserrat or Manro. So these are fonts which can make your design look more cleaner and professional as compared to use of the script font. So in this example, I have used a script font, and you can just see how bad it looks when we use these kind of fonts. So let me try to use this font instead of the one that I used. So you can see it doesn't look that clean. So only the difference is if I just make it Manro, and let's make it a little bit bold. So you can see it's now the tone of the design has changed a lot. So now it's looking way more professional as compared to using the script font. So this is one very important thing that you have to keep in mind when you're designing. Try to use simple and cleaner fonts. The focus of the user is the content itself, not the font. So, and by the way, this design, the landing page is available for free on my website, airshakir.com/freebies. So if you want to use this design, you can just go ahead and grab this design. So the next problem that we normally see with beginner designers is the white space. Try to give a breathing space in your design. Don't put too much information together, which is difficult to understand and read. So try to add some more white space so your design can breathe. This one single mistake, believe me, this one single mistake can make a lot of difference. If you try to put a lot of information in small space, it can ruin your design. And on the other side, if you add more white space and breathing space in your design, it can make it look professional. Here is an example. So if you see the information here in these value props, there is a very low amount of white space over here as compared to this. So you can just notice that this one is more readable, and it shows the information in better way as compared to what we see over here. So adding a little bit more breathing space in your design can make a lot of difference. So just remember, white space can make your design look way more better as compared to using less white space. If you are still watching this video, it means there is something valuable for you in this video. To see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel and give a thumbs up to this video. The third thing that a lot of people make this mistake, and this should be a rule basically, to minimalize the content. Don't put a lot of information, as I discussed in previous slide, that try to add breathing space. So the same applies here. Try when you are designing, try to think about what is necessary and what can be skipped, because you don't have to provide all the information in the very first screen. Let's say you have enough space in the detail page where you can show all the information. So try to think about what is most important and what is less important, and try to use this approach to make your design look cleaner. In this example, if you see, I have used the category, even the image is so busy, and then I have put views, shares, likes, the title of the text, the title of the blog post, let's say the small description of the blog post, then the title of the writer, the designation, the image. Lot of stuff is going on in this card. So the important thing that user need to know when he is on this card is only three things: the name of the person, the category of the blog post, and the title. That's it. All other things are just unnecessary, and they will just put a lot more rush in your design. So try to think about this way, that only keep the contents which are most important to that specific screen, and remove everything else. Try to make your design look minimal instead of putting lots of information which will be unnecessary and will confuse the user, and it will finally end with a lower conversion rate for the client himself. So this is another mistake, and this you should be using content minimalism rule in your design. Then the fifth rule, I think this is fifth one. No, that's the fourth one. So the fourth rule is using the less colors in your design. As a beginner designer, you might think that adding more colors mean that your design will be more professional. That is not the case. When you use less colors, it can make your design look way more better than using a lot of colors. So colors are not the game changer here. Using the color in proper way is the game changer. So if you just notice in these two examples, both are my designs that I posted on Dribble. So if you see here, there is a lot of stuff going on in this design. Like there are a lot of colors, there are a lot of blogs over here. The text is, I don't know what's going on. It's too busy, and a lot of colors. While in the other design, if you see, just two colors and some of their tones, and that's it. So this is what you should be after. Use less colors, and if necessary, try to use the tones of the same color instead of going for different color. This can make a lot of difference in your design, and it can help make your design look cleaner and more professional as compared to putting a lot of colors in the design and confusing the user with all of these colors. So the next and the final tip is final rule is about backgrounds. This is very important. The beginner designer, the common mistake that a beginner designer make is using the colors, and again this is interrelated. If you just add the color in the background, if you can just see this example, which one is looking better to you? This is the thing that use soft backgrounds instead of using very harsh background. The background will get all the attention, and the contents which were the important, they will get less importance, less attention of the user if we use backgrounds, solid backgrounds in cards or in the places where they are not supposed to be. So try to use soft background in your design, and try to use the colors which are not very intrusive, and they are not grabbing the attention of user. So let's recap what we just discussed. The first thing that we discussed is using the simple fonts, try not to use handwriting fonts, or try not to use script fonts. Instead of that, go for the fonts like Montserrat or Manrope or Inter or something like that. And then try to add breathing space in your design. Don't put too much information very close to each other. Try to add white spaces in the design. Then try to make your design minimal instead of putting a lot of information. Try to think that what element is necessary and what can be skipped. Then we discussed about using the less colors in your design. Try to use the tones of the colors if needed. If not, then try to use maximum 2 or 3 colors in your design, and that should be it. And then the last thing that we discussed is using the soft backgrounds. try not to use a very harsh background that will grab the attention of user instead of the contents. So try to use soft background, and that's it. These are the 5 rules, and if you follow these 5 rules, your design will be way more cleaner and professional, and it will start looking much better if you use these tips. So these are 5 rules for clean design. I hope you learned something from this video, and if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, now is the good time to subscribe. If you like the tips I have shared, please give a thumbs up to this video, and I shall meet you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.